Madam Speaker, we're on Amendment 6 by Hill, spread on the member's desk in Amendment Pack 22.
Representative Hill, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Amendment number 6, if you have a copy of it or can look at it online. Amendment number 6 does several things. And before I explain what the amendment does, I just want to say that a group of folks, a group of legislators have been working on this amendment now for a couple of weeks, and we present this amendment, or I want to talk about this amendment, with the understanding that the intent of this amendment is to be fiscally sound, is to be responsible, and is meant to show what our priorities are in the House of Representatives. What my amendment would do, what the group's amendment would do actually, would provide for a one-time bonus equal to $500 for all teachers with 3 years or more of service. It would provide a one-time $500 bonus for all full-time state employees that have at least 3 years of service or more. And it would also provide a 1% across-the-board raise to all state employees, including our troopers, and all school teachers across the state of Tennessee, contingent upon the money actually being there. Ladies and gentlemen, this amendment is meant, obviously, to be on this budget. And as I've talked to members on the House floor today and over the last several days about this amendment, I am very happy to know that people do want to do this. You know, our budget, I said it in our caucus meeting a minute ago, but for our Democrat friends on the House floor, our budget is a living, breathing document. They should like that. It is a living, breathing document. It is nothing more than a set of priorities. It is a set of priorities that the legislative branch of government get to decide on. Whether we want to build roads, bridges, teacher pay, state employee pay, higher education, health care, TN care, indigent care, things of that nature. But the budget is nothing more than a set of priorities. Some have said that this amendment would be fiscally irresponsible and was not fiscally conservative, and I would contend just the opposite. The money for the bonuses would come, and a bonus is a non-recurring expense, of course, and the money for this bonus would come from non-recurring items of expenditures, such as $6.4 million to delay the demolition of the Cordell Hull building, $6.99 million to delay for 1 year the repairs to the legislative tunnel downstairs, $10 million off of what is in this budget for the implementation of park testing, and then 2%, excuse me, 2% from the reserve funds except for transportation, health-related boards, and the Board for Licensing Healthcare Facilities, to the sum sufficient to meet the obligation for the $500 raises for teachers and school employees, or teachers, excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an opportunity with this amendment, but it is an opportunity that I think that is necessary. I did not bring this amendment merely for show. I care very much about this amendment. I know many other people do as well on both sides of the aisle. I care very much about this amendment. This was very thoughtfully put together. It does not put our budget out of balance. It does not fill non-recurring, recurring expenses with non-recurring revenue. And to those that would say that this hurts reserve funds, I would say we're going to vote on a bill in just a few moments that opens up all of the reserve funds and writes a blank check. And if that is necessary to balance our budget, then that's what we should do, because we must be good stewards of the people's money. We also have another bill in a few moments that will indebt our state to the tune of $168 million with bonds. Once again, I'm sure all very worthy projects. This is the kind of amendment that we can politicize if we choose to, and many of us have chosen not to do that. It is just something that is an attempt at a solution, that is all. As I said in the caucus meeting downstairs, this is not an attempt to poke and to jab or to try to score points. It is just merely an attempt at a solution. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to attempt to try to find solutions. Do I think that the budget is tight? Absolutely, it is tight. Do I commend Chairman Sargent and our constitutional officers and our commissioners of finance and revenue? Absolutely. The concept, though, is one that is worthy of discussion. It is a concept of a promise was made. Let's try at least to find a solution to do all we can do to try to fulfill even a part of that promise. I do not feel that that is bad. I do not feel that that is negative. I don't feel that that is a stab at anyone. I met this morning with the governor's staff, and I talked about this amendment. I talked about my desire to see it go on the budget. I talked about the desire of many legislators in this room to have it on the budget as well. I must say I was encouraged by some of the conversation we had. I do not doubt for a second that the governor of the state of Tennessee wants to help the employees and the teachers. And I think that this is a viable way to do that in a responsible manner. Someone has said previously that this is not a fiscally conservative amendment. To that, I would call them 1,000,000% wrong. Ladies and gentlemen of the House of Representatives, the People's House, we have a fiduciary constitutional responsibility to make sure that the services that are provided to the people of our state, our taxpayers, our citizens, our constituents, are carried out by well-qualified, hopefully well-paid individuals. And that's whether they're educating our children or building our roads. This, over the last several weeks, went from being a project to becoming a passion for me. I very reluctantly today I'm going to put a pause button on this passion. I'm not hitting the stop button. I'm going to keep working on it. And to every member of this House on either side that has come to me in the last 2 weeks and said that you're with me, I sincerely say thank you for that. We're going to roll our sleeves up, and we're going to continue to try to find workable, reasonable solutions for our teachers and for our state employees, because it's the right thing to do. Madam Speaker, I move to withdraw Amendment number 6.
Amendment number 6, withdrawn. Next amendment.